Morning, ladies and a few gentlemen, because I do know a few of you guys come to my channel every once in a while. But I have an exciting video for you guys today, and I feel like my cheeks are tired and exhausted from smiling because I've just been smiling thinking about putting this video together. I am going to be sharing with you guys a snippet of my daughter's first birthday.
You guys, the day is here. Yeah. And I'm so happy. I can't believe it. You should have seen me on Tuesday. Or maybe you shouldn't have, because I was just an emotional wreck. And today I'm just so excited and I'm ready to celebrate with friends and family and loved ones and people who have been there for us the past year. I'm just waiting for people to come. This is me. Yeah. So excited. I'm just so happy, you guys.
I think the reason I wanted to share was, one, I like watching these kinds of videos, so hopefully some of you guys like watching these kinds of videos too. But two, planning a party isn't exactly easy, and this was my first time fully planning a party. And it was a little daunting, but I did have amazing people helping me, so I didn't put all of this together by myself. I thought that this may come in handy, and what I'm going to do is share with you guys the vendors or the tips or the things that I did that may have helped things come together beautifully. So to start with, it was actually a pretty small and intimate group of people. First of all, you guys know, if you're living in Nairobi, you know how crazy the weather has been. It's been raining 24/7, literally all the time. But that day, not only did it not rain, the sun came out, like sundresses. My little lady was in a sundress for her party. I was just like, thank you God, thank you God. I couldn't believe it. It worked out perfectly. And even the night before, like literally the surrounding area was pouring, but at the actual place, it was at the actual house, it wasn't raining, and it allowed the tent to be put up with no issues. I mean, whoa, it's even drizzling right now. Literally, it's drizzling right now. Like that. Thank you God that it did not rain on Naila's party. Now, the theme. I wouldn't say that the party had a theme. Maybe in theory, I'd have liked for it to have a theme. And at some point, I may have said the theme was wild and whimsical. But I don't think I really stuck to the theme. And right now, I have complete say over what that party would have looked like. Because Naila isn't old enough to be like, no, I'm into Tom and Jerry or Peppa Pig or unicorns or whatever kids are into. So now I just decided to go for things that I liked, which is I like lots of whites, I like soft fabrics, I like flowers, I like touches of gold. Yeah, it wasn't so strong in the theme of wild and whimsical, but it was beautiful. And I was working closely with Anne from Eventique, who brought everything to life, everything that was in my head and everything that was on Pinterest, because now I'm into Pinterest so much. She brought it to life. I just wanted it to feel like a very grounded, very casual, but still beautiful and practical space. Now, there's certain details that I want to focus on. So for instance, the chairs. For the most part, I used to really be into like the white chairs, but I wanted something that felt grounded. And so these wooden chairs worked perfectly. And then there were things like a little corner that had Naila's photos, and they were Polaroid pictures from when literally the day after she was born, or like right after she was born to the day of her birthday. And they were a total of 48 photos, which I had printed by Gakuo, and then the events planner, Anne, then put them beautifully in this frame. So that was a really beautiful spot and a highlight for people to just sort of see Naila in her element. There were some really shady pictures of her in there, but some really cute ones as well. And then we had little details like the teepee, which is a spot that I thought the young kids, like Naila and her friends, her toddler friends, would hang out and just play. And then for the flowers, I just mostly wanted like simple white roses with some touch of like a berry red and some greenery. And you can see that even like on the chandeliers, on the tables of course. You can see it in the rings. that spell out Naila on the backdrop, which came out so beautifully. And then we had paper flowers, which I thought was also a great backdrop for photos and to just make that side of the tent a little bit more interesting. Now I want to focus on the dessert table because this part I had to really research and think about, and luckily my sister was there to help, and I also had like Mundi as well helping. So I had 2 cakes, the first being the main birthday cake and then the second being Naila's smash cake. The birthday cake was just a chocolate cake and it had white chocolate frosting. Oh, it was so good. And then for the other cake, for Naila's smash cake, it was again a chocolate cake and raspberry frosting. Now, you would have thought Naila would have been into a smash cake. Like, here is a full cake. She was not bothered, you guys. She like dipped her little finger in there and that was it. And I was like, come on. She was not interested, but it's okay. I enjoyed the smash cake, I'm not gonna lie. Anna, not Anne, the events planner, Anna is the lady behind the cake, and she did a really great job of bringing my vision to life with, because I wanted like a naked cake for the main cake and then this beautiful pink frosting that looked messy, but it wasn't messy, it was deliberate, but it looked messy for the smash cake. And then for the dessert table, so for the most part, I really wanted to, one, not blow my budget. So I tried to go for things that were simple but tasty, right? Because it's supposed to be great treats. So when it came to not blowing my budget, I did things like ask my best friend, Mundi, to bake a few of the treats. Thank you, hun. Her brownie was such a hit. Such a hit. She did a great job. And she also made cinnamon rolls. It pays to have friends who love to bake and to cook. So other things that I did was I just had like cookies, simple cookies on a tray. I had marshmallows, which I then put in 2 jars, which just made it look a little bit more interesting. I had chocolate fingers, which I put in wine glasses. I then went to Carrefour and I just got a few of the baked goods like muffins and donuts. And then I had popcorn, which I then bought cupcake holders and then I put popcorn in there just so that people can pick their own. Amani was great. She actually really helped with making that place come to life. And we would go through Pinterest and observe what other people's dessert tables looked like. And one of the things I noticed actually was that height played a factor. So because I didn't have these beautiful dessert holders, what I would do is take a plate, take a bowl that complemented the plate, turn the bowl over, right? So the bowl is like this, and then put the plate on top. So it just adds some height. I also tried to make sure to use items that still spoke to the rest of the decor. So I had like the wooden logs to display the cake and to just make it cohesive. And then for toys, now I knew that I was going to invite a number of kids, toddlers, people under the age of 8, maybe 9, 10. I wanted to make sure that there were toys or just fun things that they would do. So one of the things I did was go to House of Leather, which I don't know if there's anyone watching this who's never been to House of Leather, but you need to if you haven't. There's the one at Kenreal Towers in Westlands, which is amazing because there's actually 2 floors. The first floor is dedicated to kids stuff, toys, and the second is more home decor type items. So obviously I was in the first floor. And then there were little toys, like I want to show you. There were little things that aren't so little, but things like this, which is bubbles. 300 bob for this. Look at that. I mean, what kid wouldn't be into this? Basically, my point is, I had a lot of fun, the kids had a lot of fun, grown-ups had fun. I just really enjoyed it. I had like hula hoops, I had some balls which burst, deflated. I don't know how the heck that happened, but I assumed that it would happen anyway. I also went on Pinterest and I got these drawings for kids to color in. Really simple. It was the best. I can't remember who gave me that advice, but it was perfect. And then I just printed them out and had some colors, crayons for the kids to color these things in. But you know what, for the most part, the kids just entertain themselves. They just figure out what to do. Them hanging out with each other, eating sweets. They're just running all over the place, destroying things and having fun. Now, I also had party bags, right? Because I wanted to gift the kids a couple of things, which for the most part, it was just sweets and lollipops. So sorry to the moms who had to deal with, or dads who had to deal with hyperactive children. But I also had some interesting like school type items because I had pencils in there and stickers, which I used to be obsessed with stickers. So when I saw these, I was like, yes! And they were like 100 bob for a pack of stickers for like several pages of stickers. So I just gave each kid a page that had many stickers on them. And what really came through for me was these bags, these simple brown bags in 2 sizes, because I mean, I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg on the gift bags, if I'm being very honest, but I did want to give like a thank you note type thing, like thank you for coming kids, here's something for you guys. So getting the actual things to go in the gift bag wasn't that difficult. Again, House of Leather really came through, and I just put like random stuff in there. Oh, House of Leather even had slime, which I don't know if you have kids who are into slime, but I know it has been, I don't know if it is anymore, but it has been like a big thing. So I had slime as well for the party. But anyway, back to the bags. When I went to the supermarket and I found that the bags that they had on display were like 300 bob per bag, it's like that's way more than what's inside the bag, and no one is going to care that much. So I started to panic and phoned my bestie Mundi, who then put me in the direction of eco-friendly bags, who are on Facebook, and they have these bags, which are 50 brown bags, really simple, and like this pack, which is a little bit bigger than the small ones, this was maybe 100 bob, like 110, not each, for 50 bags. I don't know, I mean, I also think you should keep your prices as they are, but how the heck do you make money if you're selling 50 bags for 110 bob or something like that? That just did not make any sense. Paying for both so that I see which ones I wanted. And you can see how many I have left over. Because again, there weren't that many kids, but maybe like 12 in total. But it's such a good deal. I don't know how the heck they make money if they're selling the bags at that price. So the big bag looks like this and the little bag looks like that. And this really came in handy. Now for the food and drinks. I hired a chef for the day, and I know that sounds fancy, but that's assuming, I guess, you're like in the West, maybe hiring a chef is super fancy. But like here, my mom would often, growing up, every once in a while, she would get someone to come over and make like 10,000 samosas, and then she'd freeze 9,000 samosas. I'm exaggerating on the numbers, but she'd freeze a bunch of them and then put it in the freezer. And so whenever we'd have like, not parties, but maybe a group of people of maybe 10, and she wasn't about to stay in the kitchen cooking all day, she'd get someone to come over and just cook and stuff. And that's what I did. But I mean, in hindsight, I think I might just get a caterer, or maybe not a caterer, I might just get people to help, because it was a serving bit that was tricky, and I didn't think it through, and I thought it would be easy, like, oh, just bring the stuff, put it out, people serve themselves. But there was a lot of running back and forth, and so that just knocked me out. Like, I was just exhausted by the end of the day. In a good way, not complaining. It was still an amazing day. So we had things like pizza. He made pizza and it was actually so good. Pizza, bhajias, samosas, spring rolls, sausages, sweet corn, and that was going to be like the bitings type thing. By the way, the event started at 3 p.m. Till late. So I figured people would have come having eaten, plus people wouldn't have come exactly at 3, so maybe like 3:34, have snacks, and then later on serve actual dinner, which at this point I was just like, just go get the food, find it, you look for the food where the source is, where it's being done, then come. Oh, if it wasn't already obvious, the event was at my parents' house. We had pilau and chicken biryani, and at some point my dad was on the grill, so he had nyama choma and ugali, salad, that kind of stuff. And then for drinks, again, we just had that little bar situation. Karen was so kind enough to get champagne, so I was able to actually pop champagne, which was my first time doing it. And literally Mandy was just busy like talking me through it, like, this is what you do, twist, 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 take the wire out, and then pop champagne. It was really exciting. Yo, you can tell I really don't party it up much. As for my outfit, I wanted to be comfortable but still cute, so I kept it comfy, bottom down, which was jeans. I live in jeans. I was really happy with that. And then for my top, I had something a little bit more flirty. It was like this beautiful strapless blue top that had gorgeous sleeves, and then it had like a peplum effect, so it exaggerated my curves, which I don't mind. And then Naila wore this little white dress that was backless, and then I had a little pin at the back of her dress. Karen is obsessed with shoes, so like Naila probably has 12 pairs of shoes, and of those 12, 11 are from Karen because she's obsessed. She's shoe crazy, and she's determined to make sure Naila is shoe crazy as well. So those pink moccasins were from her auntie Karen. I think I've gone through everything. All in all, it was a beautiful day. It was so nice. The end of the party was hilarious. There were a few people who really turned up, like turned all the way up. Oh, which brings me to my thank you cards. I can't believe I almost forgot to bring this up. So these thank you cards, this one's empty at the back, but these were for, I guess, me to just say a quick thank you to the people who came and to the families who came. And so I got someone who is pretty much the king of puns. He's constantly thinking of puns, and he started a company called Kadi Zetu. Again, I'll link everything in the description box. Every vendor, every person who I'm talking about or may have mentioned who I used for whether it's the cake or the chef, I'll link them in the description box. Everyone was amazing, by the way. So he's like the king of puns. So he started this card company. He used to work at Capital FM, and that's how come I know. Whoa, maybe I'm saying too much about Chris, and Chris is like, girl, shut up. Don't tell them everything. It sort of goes with the theme. And then at the back, it says, love Naila, and then his card company. So yeah, this is amazing. I mean, I'm already, like, immediately I got these cards, I was like, oh God, Chris, I'm already freaking out because I'm starting to think about what we're gonna do for Christmas. I stuck one to the bar as well because, I mean, I thought it was fitting. I turned one, you turned up. Thank you. I think I want to do a blog post as well, just so that it's easier for you guys to get my tips, and maybe I may have missed something out. So I'm going to put up a blog post as well next week, and I will make sure it's linked in the description box just in case you guys want to reference that. Yo, this is a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.